Hey guys, Madison Winchester here. Um, so these past well, not really couple of days, but um, I was absent yesterday. Um, I came home from work and I wasn't all there. My depression was growing, and I know I didn't message anyone. I know I didn't message Trenchy or anyone, stating that like, hey, I'm more depressed, and I'm sorry about that. 'Cause sometimes with my depression, it also keeps me away from uh, it keeps me away from uh, messaging anyone. That's like that's how bad it gets for me. So yeah, um, I'm not really gonna give an update until Trenchy is watching, because this is it is big news. It is, but since Trenchy has been here for me and everything, and same thing with my coworkers, they've also been there for me at work. They saw how depressed I was, and um when like two of my managers uh like gave me an innocent hug, I just like I cried. And they had I'm sorry. I just I feel so relieved, so happy. But this was really hard to get through. It was really, really hard. Um when one of the first managers um hugged me and I started crying, he had asked me like, "Hey, what's wrong? What's going on?" And um I told him everything on what was going on with my boyfriend, and um and he was all like, saying, "I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope things get better." And I could think it. I hope so too. And he told me to go into the back room so that way I can, calm down. And I was like, okay. And I did. And then uh, one of two of my coworkers were in the break room. Well, actually, first one of them was in there, and then the other one followed. But they they saw me crying. They asked me the same thing, like, "Hey, what's wrong?" So I told them what was going on, and um, I was telling them like, you know, like I know him. He wouldn't say I'm in love with you and then ghost me like this. Like he wouldn't, unless if we were like in a very highly serious argument, like let's say if our relationship wasn't working, if we were arguing all the time, if one of us was being abusive to each other or whatever, then yeah, that's when I would understand, like, like why nothing like this would happen. Just like him being like, like, why should I? She doesn't, care about me and all, but it's not like that. We're both in love with each other. We never argue. We never have disagreements. We never even yell at each other. And he's, uh, he's really amazing. He always respected my decisions, no matter what it was. He would always tell me, well, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And I always thought, where does that come from? Like I wasn't used to that. I was always used to, like, you know, guys back then, including my exes, like how they used to tell me, "Oh, come on, you can show me this. I'm your boyfriend. You should be able to show me this." But even though around that time I wasn't comfortable, I was still like, why are they being so pushy about it? Like, they shouldn't be all that pushy. They should be respecting my decision, being like, hey, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I respect your wishes on that, um, but yeah, with my boyfriend, he was always the type where, like, well, he still is. He's the type where he would tell me, like, you can always do this if you want to, and once he sees the hesitation on my face, like, I would be like, well, and then he would like, well, that's if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. And I remember thinking for a while, where did this guy come from? Because back then, uh, yeah, back then, I never got this. There was no such thing like, if you want to. Like, the I think I only got that in my second relationship, but at the same time, of course, the second relationship wasn't all that good. My first relationship was in middle school. I do kind of regret that because it wasn't a good one. Like, uh, even though even though me and the guy were not like enemies or anything, it was still like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it wasn't meant to be, and I know that very well. And hold on a second. Sorry about that. My nose was running. So anyway, I've been through relationships where my choices weren't respected. I was even in one where there was constant arguing, there was constant yelling and verbal abuse. Like, uh, my ex, he was I think the racist type because he discovered that that I'm half Mexican, and that yeah, he when he discovered that he's German, so he's all like, you know Germans and Mexicans, they're not meant to they're not meant to be together. They're not meant to fall in love, but here we are, like I love you, like, I am with you, and I'm, like I'm not supposed to be because I'm German, but I am, and I'm thinking, wait, what? What the hell is that supposed to mean? And there were so many red flags from that guy. Like, I was just like, whoa, who is this dude? So yeah, it was just one of those things. It was one of those things where you're like, I want to get out of this. And when I was in high school, that's when I was with this guy. And, it wasn't until that he believed another one of my ex, where he had told him that I had cheated on him with this guy, and he believed him. And I'm like, you would rather believe him over me? And he did, and that's why we broke up. But then now that I think back on it, I'm like, that breakup was meant to happen, because now that I'm now that when I picture how my life would have been with him, I would have been fucking miserable. I would have been like, get me out of here. I That's how it would have been for me. I would have been like, get me out of here. I don't need to be in this. So yeah, there's just that was just a lot. Now I'm gonna see if Trenchy's awake. Alright, so uh I feel like uh my mind is everywhere again. But not where you think, just like, happy. So anyways, for like throughout my whole life, I like, even though I was in relationships, now that I think back, I always think, do I regret being in those relationships? And with some, yes, some no, and here's why. Yes, because I wish I could have been stronger sooner, defending for myself, being like, hey, don't talk to me like this, and then breaking up with them on the spot. But I didn't at that time, especially with that one ex in high school I just told you guys about. Um, but well, we're not together anymore, so that's what matters. And so it's like, do I regret being in past relationships? Yes and no, because one, I wish I could have been stronger, being like, hey, don't talk to me like that, defending for myself and breaking up with them on the spot when they're treating me like shit. But at that time, I didn't. So, you know, uh, that's that's why, yes, because I wish I could have been stronger back then. And at times, no, because it was like me seeing, uh, just me seeing like, Oh, I'm trying to breathe here. Sorry. Like me seeing the the do's and don'ts in relationships. Like this is what I do want. This is what I don't want. And hey Trenchy. So I know you missed this part, but I was just saying the do's and don'ts on what I want in relationships. And that's also why I don't really regret being in those past relationships because I got to see and experience like what I do want, what I don't want. Because like throughout my relationships, I never experienced cuddling. Like I was never cuddled before. And I was never really complimented either, like saying like, "Oh my God, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous," nothing like that. And so every time I always thought about my past relationships, I'm like, well, there were a lot of do's and don'ts on what I want. And my boyfriend, he is all part of the do's that I do want in a relationship. Like the last time I saw him, we cuddled. Like we we were in a romantic moment where we were just cuddling, talking, and all of that. And I'm not gonna get further into details, but you know, it was just really, really romantic. And I kept thinking, this is all that I wanted, and um, when I met him, he I had asked him, it was sometime after we met, I had asked him like, so why do you think this Alice chick from Twilight is cute? And he's like, oh, because she looks like you. I'm like, wait, what? And I couldn't really entirely put my finger on it. Like, why? Like, how? Why? How? And he's like, oh, because you had short bob hair like she did, and your hair kind of flipped, so that's why. And I was like, oh, that would explain it. And so that's why he thought Alice from Twilight was cute because I looked like her. So, but since Trenchy's finally in here, yay, Trenchy! I was waiting for you because I have some news. Um, so yesterday I was distracting myself being on TikTok because I kept thinking, well, how else should I distract myself? Because I honestly didn't feel like doing I didn't feel like doing another update unless if I were to hear some more news. Like, once I hear more news, then I'm like, that's when I can do another update. But I finally got another update, so please forgive me if I cry while saying it though, because I I found this out this morning around 8 a.m. So it was like uh 1 hour ago that I found this out. Um, so his my one of my boyfriend's employees got in touch with me through my boyfriend's phone, and first he messaged me last night like around midnight, and he said, "Hello, I'm Keaton." You know, like he that's what he told me. Like he told me what his name was, and he says that I'm a coworker of your boyfriend's, and I'm like, I didn't get that message until 1 a.m. last night, and I started feeling nauseous. I started feeling like oh no, what happened? What's going on? and I kept thinking the worst, like what if he's dead? What if this? What if that? And my mind just kept going there, because that's what happens. Like when I hit very deep depression, I tend to overthink things a lot. I start to overthink things that I don't want to think about. And when that happens, I fall deeper and deeper into that depression. And that's why I didn't want to do an update video yesterday. I didn't even want to do the Wendigo video yesterday because of how depressed I was, like how it was deeply hitting me super hard. So yesterday I was distracting myself with, just like being in my personal TikTok account, doing some some TikTok videos, and I thought yeah, I can only do it this way because it's the only real way to hide my emotions, my real emotions. So that's what I did, and yeah, it was it was hard. But here's the update. I told this guy who was messaging me through my boyfriend's account on TikTok. I asked him, how is he? Is he okay? I've been very sick for a week. I've been depressed and sad because I wasn't getting answers. Every Walgreens in your location all told me that he doesn't work there. Is he okay? I'm scared and worried. So he said he's okay, I'll explain. He was getting off work and got hit by a car. Uh yeah, he he got hit by a car. Some stupid kids were speeding through parking lots. He was in a coma for a bit with some brain swelling. But he's awake now and he's talking. So that's a huge relief. His parents were freaking out too. They asked me to tell you this, and they are sorry. He's still pretty weak and has some memory issues, but when I went to see him, he asked about you. So that's the update. So he's okay. He's really okay. He got hit by a car and he has some swelling in his brain, he's um but he's still alive. He had asked about me when he woke up. Yeah, I know now. Um, he also said that yeah, he is alive. That he had asked about me, and that they are going to keep him for another few days for observation during physical therapy. But it looks like he will fully recover. So it's really, really, really good news. I feel so relieved, so happy. That's the main reason why I'm crying because, yeah, positives, he's alive and you know where he is, yes. That's that's why I'm crying now, and it's my first time crying on a live chat. So hopefully you can still understand me when I'm talking. But yeah, he's gonna be okay. He's okay. he's really tough. He I know him. He's gonna pull through. So I feel so relieved. But I'm telling you, experiencing this, how deeply worried I was and everything, like how I fell into really hard depression, is my is honestly my very first time that I have felt like this. And oh, I'm coherent. Okay. Okay, good. My nose is all clogged. Sorry, I forgot to mute the mic. Uh, so yeah, I kept thinking, what is this that I'm feeling? Because, like I'm falling deeper into depression, and even though I'm not hearing from him, I'm I know I'm falling deeper into depression because I'm not hearing from him, but I know that, you know, whatever is going on, that he'll find his way back to me. Throughout these past 7 years that we've known each other, he always found a way back to me. He always did. So that's how I knew deep down that something was wrong, but I couldn't really put my finger on what. Like, I kept thinking what had happened. But at the same time, I kept thinking that, I kept questioning myself, why am I feeling so deeply depressed? Like, I've never felt like this before. And that's when I realized, like, I'm not just in love with him, like, like how some teenagers say in high school where they tell their boyfriend, I'm in love with you. No, that's when I realized, like, I'm madly and deeply in love with him. So much that, you know, I would I would honestly crash down if one day if he would have passed away. Oh, what's that, Trenchi? Did you find out anything about the message? Because I feel like you didn't have to go through this if you were just informed of instead of being sent a threatening, confusing message. Well, his uh his parents wanted to apologize to me on that. Like, yeah, even though it was true that, like, yeah, he is in the hospital. I think his mom was like trying to be just protective, thinking that this was just another long distance relationship. Like, she was probably thinking that I was living in a different state or whatever, or that I wasn't really in love with him. But after I think they spoke to my boyfriend, that's when they realized that they were in the wrong, I guess, and they were like, oh wow, so he's been talking to her for a while. They've been together for a year, and wow, okay, we did something wrong here. So yeah, his coworker um got a, got a hold of my boyfriend's phone because my boyfriend's parents didn't want him to have his phone because it was like, you know, I don't know if it's because of the whole memory issues or whatever shit. Like, I don't know, but uh, but yeah, they didn't want him to have his phone, so instead, his coworker is having it at work in his locker. So he had asked me, like, no, he had asked his coworker to block me on Twitter because I think his parents did the blocking. Like, I think they did a blocking on Discord and on Snapchat and TikTok. So I think when they did all of that, I think they were doing it because they didn't know, you know, where where we were in our relationship or whatever. I don't really know. I don't even know if they even knew that we're together, but I'm pretty sure they do know because otherwise they wouldn't have told him like wow, like tell his girlfriend that we're really, really, really sorry. And I thought, well, I do forgive them, but next time, don't go assuming that I just live in another state and I'm just filling his head with nonsense because we live in the same state and I'm deeply, deeply in love with him and I wouldn't be this scared if I wasn't. So, yeah, it's not me just barely realizing that I'm deeply in love with him. I always knew I was, but to me, it was just a new feeling on the whole deeper depression part because I kept thinking, why am I deeply depressed even though I know he'll come back? And, that's when I realized it's because I'm deeply in love with him. I want to know that he's okay. Like, that's when I made that tweet on Twitter saying, you don't know how much you're deeply in love with someone unless you discover that you're deeply depressed without them in your life, like without them messaging you, without them calling you, video chatting with you. Like when you don't hear from them and you fall really deep, deep into depression, that's how you know that you're madly in love with them. And what kept me going was something I told you in private Trenchy, which that I've been feeling a lot. If you get my drift, but yeah, he's gonna be okay. His coworker also added, he said that yeah, it looks like he will fully recover, so that's a very good sign. I he said I have to figure out how to unblock you on this, and he told me never to look at whatever Discord is. He talks about you a lot, and his parents don't want him to have his phone, so I'm keeping it in his locker. So I thanked him for telling me all of this, and I'm just I'm so deeply relieved, and I'm like thinking like, see, I know him. I know my boyfriend wouldn't just ghost me when he's madly in love with me. You know, like the very first thing he asked when he woke up, he asked about me. It wasn't like, how's the weather? Or how's everything at work going? No, he asked about me. And that's when I'm like, oh my god, like, I love this guy. I, I wanna hold him. I wanna hug him so tight and never let go. And at the same time, I feel like I want to say, don't scare me like that again. But at the same time, I know I can't now because since I know what happened, I'm like, okay, whoever those kids were, I want them disciplined. I want them uh, to have a life lesson here that you should always be careful. So tomorrow, um, his coworker is gonna visit him. He's gonna visit him tomorrow, so he asked me, "Is there anything you want me to tell him?" And I said, "Yes, just tell him that I love him, and I'll be waiting for him to come back. That I've been praying for him, and that I can't wait to marry him one day and live with him. I'll be waiting for him to come back on Discord, but also tell him that I'm sorry for letting my depression get to me to where I haven't been eating and sleeping much, but mostly tell him that I love him so much with all my heart." So he's like, "Oh, I'm not touching Discord, and there's a reason behind it, but I'm not gonna say it here." Um, so he says, "Well, Madison, I thought your name was different. It was nice to meet you, but I have to work now. I'll tell him for you tomorrow." And then he tells me he calls you his girl like 90% of the time. So I was unsure what your name was, but he gave me this name to message you here. So that's how he was able to message me to let me know how my boyfriend's doing. So I'm just, yes, Trenchy, I would be the badass chick just hunting those kids down and teaching them a personal lesson because, you know, I'm like, to me, I'm relieved, but at the same time, I'm so mad because I keep thinking to those kids, you would rather put someone in a car accident, in the hospital, in a coma for a week, and then, like what? You think like, oh, that's okay? No, it's not okay. It's not. Like, what would happen if someone in your family was was in the same situation? What if they got hit by a car? What if they were in the hospital and in a coma? You would be worried sick about them too. So, whether if it was your loved one, someone in your family, anyone like that, you would be worried sick like I was. So it's like, yeah, fuck you, kids. Fuck you. But overall, I am relieved, but at the same time, I still want to cry my freaking eyes out because I kind of feel like what I was saying before, like I betrayed him by falling so deep into depression that I haven't been eating much, I haven't been sleeping well, and I've been letting that depression get to me at work too, where sometimes like I'll just, a customer would walk up to me, they'll have a smile on their face, and they would be like, they're like, "Hi, how are you doing today?" And then I'll just look at them all serious, all depressed, and I'll tell them, "I'm doing all right. What can I get for you?" And then I'll just like get straight to the point, And sometimes I would ask them back, like, "How are you doing?" But uh, yeah, my depression has been getting to me at work too, to where I wasn't focusing on like how much change I would give the customers. And like yesterday when it came to making the ice cream cone, I was making it a little too big that when I put it on the tray and I was trying to pick it up, I was still holding the ice cream cone and the ice cream cone broke. It broke. I'm thinking I must be She-Hulk or something with my depression. And then one of my managers, she said, "You're making them too big. You gotta make them at the right level." And I was like, "I'm sorry. Like, you know, I'll try making it again." so I would. And yeah, and I also had a customer yesterday who I thought she was upset with me, but she wasn't. She was waiting on her order, and she was on like, when I was taking care of the rest of the customers, I think that's what kind of set her off because she saw that I was the only one delivering the customers' orders, which I was. And she was upset. She was like, at first, I was hearing a hello, and then I was like, oh, what? Like, where did that come from? And I couldn't see who it was, so I kept thinking like, whoever it was, they're trying to get someone's attention. So I took care of another customer at the drive-through parking lot, and then when I was finally walking back, I hear I hear like, "Hello, excuse me," and I look back and I see that it's her, and she goes, I really have to get going somewhere, so but I've been waiting for my order for like 10 minutes now, and I ordered ahead of time on my mobile app. So do you think you can give me my food soon? And I said, sure. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry you've been waiting a while, but I'll bring out your food soon, okay? And she goes, can you please? And I want to see a manager. And I was like, oh, okay. And at first I thought, did I do something wrong? Is she upset with me? What's going on? So I told one of the managers what happened, and then, uh, fuck, I'm sorry, hold on. I still gotta blow my nose. Alright, so, anyways, I was telling the manager what had happened, and she wants me to go over there, and I said, yep. So, instead, the customer had called our McDonald's, and, you know, my manager was talking to them for a bit, and then she hangs up the phone and she tells me, like, okay, so she's not upset with you, but she just wants her order, but she says she's not upset with you, that she's just in a hurry, that's all. And I said, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, you're good to go. So then I grabbed the lady's order and I went back to her car and I kept thinking, whatever you do, please don't kill me. Just don't. I have a life to live. I have a boyfriend to come back to. Like when he does come back, he would want to see me alive, okay? Just please don't kill me. So I go up to her car and I apologize to her again for the long wait. And she goes, no, 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 I'm not upset with you. I was just upset with the fact that they're only having you work at front counter, but like there's no one to help you. Like, that's what I'm upset about because you should be having some help, but I'm seeing you taking care of everyone's orders, by yourself, with the parking lot, and you are hard workers, so it's like keep up the good work, but you need help too. And I was like, oh well, thank you. And she goes, yeah, just note that you're doing a really good job and that, like, I'm sorry if I sounded, rude or anything, but I'm just in a hurry as all. And I was like, oh no, it's okay. And I said, I'm still sorry again for the long wait though. And and she's like, it's okay, just keep up the good work. You're a really hard worker, and I really appreciate you. Not not getting upset with me for getting upset with you. And I was like, so she just like she patted my arm and she's like, keep up the good work, and may God bless you. And I was like, oh, thank you. So that's how it was yesterday. But when I came home yesterday, I was so deeply depressed that I didn't feel like messaging anyone. I just I went on TikTok to distract myself, and then I thought I'll go to my personal account and just do some videos on there so that way my real emotions could be hidden. Because I don't need everyone to know why I'm depressed or whatever. I don't need everyone to know that right now. Even though I'm letting everyone know I'm here. That's different because no one no one knows who I am except for you, Trenchy, and of course my sister, Marty, and my boyfriend. So yeah, and also Ethel, Mark Monsters, if he does YouTube still. Does Mark Monsters do YouTube still or no? But anyways, yeah, it's like, now that I know that he was in a car accident and that he was in the hospital, like his mom said in Discord, at least I know now that he's okay. They're gonna keep him there for a few days for observation during physical therapy, so that makes me feel so relieved. And this was, oh, Mark is a whole story. I hope he's okay. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened to Mark. Um, I only know some things that I can probably mention later if that's okay. But anyways, yeah, I'm just so relieved that my boyfriend's okay because I kept thinking like, okay, I know it in my gut and in my heart that my boyfriend, he wouldn't ghost me like this. He wouldn't. And that's how I knew something has to be wrong. And my instincts were right that, we're still okay, we're still good in our relationship, but it's just that he got into a car accident and that kids were being stupid, and he was in a coma, but he is recovering, and and yeah, so when when his coworker told me that um, the very first thing he asked when he woke up was he asked about me. That's when I fully cried, and I thought that's because he loves me. He's been in love with me for years. Uh, he's so deeply in love with me. Like he, that's why his very first thought is me because he's like, she's the first person I think about when I get out of my coma because he was in a coma for a while. But of course, he's out of it now, so it's a huge, huge relief with me. And now it's just, because I've been praying long and hard, I feel like now my connection with God has gotten deeper and to the point where it's like I don't need to question my faith. Like if someone were to ask me, like, so what makes you think God is real? then it's like, you know, I, then it's like the next time I'll ask the person, well, then how can you tell that your brain is real? Because, like, you can't see your brain just like you can't see God. So if you ask me again, you know, like, how do you know your God is real? Then I'm gonna be like, how do you know your brain is real? Because, like, I'll tell you one thing, God works in many mysterious ways. And with you like asking me that kind of thing, like knowing that, God does exist, but you just can't see him. He's a spirit. You're not supposed to see him. Same thing with your brain. You're not supposed to see your brain. You know? You're not supposed to. Like when you look in the mirror, do you see your brain? No. Otherwise, we look like those aliens from Mars attacks. And, the reason why I'm saying all this is because for days, I'm not kidding you, for days, I've been praying to God about my boyfriend. And even though I felt like I was on repeat, saying, like, give me a sign showing me that he's okay and everything. Even though I was doing that whole prayer on repeat for days, I kept thinking, I don't care. God knows what's in my heart. He knows what I'm asking for. He knows he knows what I'm feeling and everything. So, it's like he's he's not like he's not like, you know, most people where they're like, okay, stop repeating yourself. You sound like a robot. You know, God is not like that. Even if you repeat yourself so many times, saying the same prayer over and over, it doesn't matter to him. He'll still answer those prayers. No matter how many times you repeat those words, he will still answer your prayers. And throughout all my life, I've been through so many miracles. Like, for example, uh, there was a time where I was like, I think 7 or 8. I was helping my mom and my sister bring the groceries inside our apartment, and the the car trunk door. When I had closed it, I thought everything was in the clear. So that's when I thought, okay, I'll just grab the bag and go inside the apartment. But then, as I tried walking, I felt myself stuck, and I thought, what is this? Why can't I move? So then I turn around, I look down, my fingers are stuck in the fucking trunk. And I'm screaming. I'm screaming for my mom that the upstairs neighbor of our apartments, he heard me scream. And he stayed with me until mom came out. And we were new to that area. And um he kept telling me, like, just hold on, honey, where's your mom? And I go, she's inside. But then my mom came rushing out, and she saw how my fingers were stuck in the trunk. And she was like, hold on, let me get my car keys. So she ran back inside, grabbed her car keys, she ran back out, she opened the car trunk, and yeah, I slowly pulled out my hand. My fingers were purple. And at first I thought maybe my bones had broken or something. And I was in so much pain. And since we were new to the area, we didn't know where the hospital was. So my mom had asked the neighbor, like, hey, we're new to the area. Do you know where the hospital is? So he gave her directions to the hospital. And we got there, and I'm still in pain, and I'm crying to my mom. I'm telling her, it hurts, mom, it hurts, it hurts. And she goes, I know, just hang in there, baby. And I'm like, I'm trying. So we got there to the hospital. And this is a huge miracle because you would think, like, maybe my fingers have been cut off or something. I'm telling you, I still have all five fingers in my right hand. And, but when the doctor did the x rays, um, he said, she's a real miracle because, you know, a, a car trunk like that, it could have cut off her fingers or it could have broken her bones. But her bones are not broken. Her fingers are still intact. They don't need to be cut off or anything. And, my me and my mom, we were looking at each other like, what? Like, how did this happen? And we were like, it's a miracle from God. He made this possible. He's like, there's no way you're losing your fingers. You're keeping your fingers. So yeah, even still today, I still have my fingers, but there is a they kind of bent up, so they're kind of crooked. So whenever people tell me, really stretch out your fingers, keep them straight, I always tell them I'm trying, but that's just how they look because of the accident I had years ago. And not many people know that. So sometimes still today, sometimes I'll still feel pain in my fingers, especially when I keep my fingers stretched for too long. But other than that, I still have my five fingers in my right hand. But it was a real miracle. And then there was a time in my life where I had I was sick. I was sick for like 2, 3 weeks, and I got sick with a very bad fever. I had a fever of 105 degrees, and I don't remember a whole lot on what happened, but um, the doctor had told my mom that this was a different doctor though. That doctor, he had told my mom that I was actually the first one to survive a 105-degree fever. And we got home and she had a serious talk with me and my sister. She goes, I need to tell you guys the dangers of a fever and why you always need to break it soon when it hits like 101 before it hits 102, or even if it's like in the 100s, you still gotta break that fever soon. And here's why. And when she gave out the details of each fever and how dangerous they are, she was all like, Natalie, well, now I'm saying my real name. That, oh, jeez. Forget I said anything. Okay, so she's like, so Madison, what you went through today, you had a fever of 105 degrees. You could have been brain dead. Like, do you understand that? And I was like, are you saying I I could have died? And she's like, yeah, you that fever could have killed you, but you're still here. And I was just like, whoa, what what the actual fuck? Like, what just happened here? And then that's when I realized, again, it's God. He's pulling in all these miracles into my life. And even this one right here, um, my boyfriend being in an accident, how he was in a coma, and but it's like he's awake now, he's alive. Even that right there is a real miracle. And that's why I feel like my religion with God and my trust and faith in Him has grown stronger because He answered all of my prayers. He made me a miracle. He made my mom a miracle. He made everyone in my life a miracle, including now my boyfriend. And I am just deeply, deeply blessed. And I know there are some here that are not religious, like they have no religion, and that's okay. I respect you no matter what. Like, Trenchy, I don't know your religion, but, yeah, for those that have different religions, that's okay. I respect you. But I'm just giving you my point on my story because I was born and raised as a Christian, and I I've now grown deeper into my faith and trust in God, like a whole lot more deeper than I have before. So, um, with that being said, like yeah, I'll still love Supernatural and everything, but I'm not saying I'm gonna forget about being a teacher and just go into like being a pastor because believe me, I can never handle a huge crowd. I can never handle a huge crowd where I can easily talk to them and just look at every single person and being like, like God has blessed you and you and you. Like no, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm well, God, and then I would walk away. You know, that's just how I am. I have like stage fright. So, but it's like, I wouldn't mind talking to a group of kids, but to a whole audience, forget it. I would lose my mind. I would be in other words, I would be like, I'm not like Johnny Depp. I'm not like where, I can easily talk, you know, to a person in front of an audience, and just be cool with it. No, it's not like that with me. I would be all frozen. I would hesitate. I would stutter. I would do everything by the book. So I would not be able to do it. But back to my point, all I'm saying is that I think even when I'm at work, I'm going to be telling a whole lot of people, may God bless you, or, just like, you know, praying for each person. Like I could, you know, pray for Trenchy, pray for Marty, like pray for just a whole lot of people because, there's a lot of answers and prayers, and, God always answers those. So, um, yeah, that's just how I'm feeling right now. And as you can tell, I am a bit more calm, but I might have to cook myself something soon because since now I feel so relieved that he's okay. Um, since I know now that he's okay and everything, uh, and that like yeah, he is still in the hospital and they're keeping him there for a few days. You know, everything's coming back. I feel like I'm more myself again. I'm more of my dorky self, and with me feeling more relieved, I feel more um, positive again, and I'm feeling I'm just I have my appetite back. I'm feeling tired, so it's like I know now I will get sleep. I will be able to eat again, but yeah, I'm just like I'm. I'm feeling everything again. Like I'm having my appetite back. I'm feeling tired again. But mostly, I also have a headache too. That's also why I didn't do the live chat yesterday because you know, I have that woman monthly thing going on and that makes me have a really bad migraine. So that's also why I didn't join because I was having a really bad migraine. It's still there, but I have medicine, so I can easily take medicine to take care of it. But yeah, pretty soon I think I'm gonna make myself some food because I am, I, because my appetite's back, I feel like I am starving. So Um, I might stay on here a bit longer until I feel completely better, but I do need some food. So if you don't mind the long wait, then yeah, you know, let me see if I can um, probably share something on my screen that's probably supernatural related. Um, let me see here. It's just so that way I can make myself some food because I feel like now I'm starving. Let me see here. Maybe I'll just go to my playlist of Supernatural because I don't know what else to play. Um, let's see here. And that's another thing too. I haven't watched Supernatural in a while, so I know I'll have to get back into that soon. Yeah, I want to watch Supernatural again. So, yeah, who knows? One of these days I might actually just watch it again. I just don't know when. Thank you for understanding, Trenchy. So, yeah, just to um, just to kind of like you know, just so that I'm not rude or anything, I'll just put on something uh like my supernatural playlist here. Let me see here. How do I do this again? Wait, is it this? I think it's that. Oh, okay, it is. So share screen. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Whee! Okay, there we go. So I will be back. I need food because I'm starving. So I will be back. Once there we go.
Yes.
All right, I am back. So I'm gonna stop sharing this.
Really cool. Hippie.
All right, there we go. Trenchy. Cue the Jeopardy music. Uh-oh, where'd he go? Where did Trenchy go? Trenchy, you still in here? He might still be in here. But, yep, I am back. I have some food. So, I don't know when I'll do the Wendigo, video, but hopefully it will be soon. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I was looking for my fork. Thank you, Trenchy. I thought you were gone for a while. Alright, so, speaking of, Trenchy, I want to thank you for being here for me through this hard time. I really, really appreciate it. You're a really good friend, and I know we didn't talk for a while at first, but now that I got back on here and we started talking again, it made me feel better knowing that you know I had someone to talk to and that I wasn't alone in it. So thank you so much for that. Um, it really meant a lot. So thank you. Maybe I should take my medicine too. So, the other day we were talking about movies and such. So, let's see here. I'm looking for something. Hold on. Yeah. Ah, there we go. I found it. I didn't take the last pill of my medicine yesterday, so I'm taking it today. All because I didn't really eat yesterday. So, um, since I didn't really eat that much yesterday, that's why I'm taking my medicine. Oh, Trenchy, did you hear me? Did you hear me thanking you? So, oh, wait, what's that? Oh, okay. It was a different notification. Okay. I'm just checking my phone. I feel like I've been checking my phone like crazy now. Uh, but no, everything is good right now. But today, oh, you got kicked for a bit. Oh, I was just saying, thank you so much for being here for me through all of this. It really meant a lot to me. I know we only started talking again when I got back on here and everything, but still, you being here for me through my um, depression, it really meant a lot to me. So thank you for that. You're a really good friend, Trenchy. And now I'm just gonna be waiting for more updates. But yeah, just to let everyone know that my boyfriend is okay. He is recovering. Um, so yeah, I think on my next update, I might mention like how how he's doing and everything. Cause yeah, I know him. he's very strong, and just like me, he also loves Supernatural. So, it's always about like always keep fighting and everything. And right now, that's what he's doing in the hospital. He's fighting, but yeah, he's a tough one. he he's always been like so strong, and I've always admired him for how strong he is. And you know um yeah, I've always admired everything about him, like how smart he is, how respectful he is, and everything. Yeah, Trenchy, the fight never ends. And in case they put Supernatural back, like I'm not saying they are, but in case they do, they should put that as like a slogan, like the fight never ends. Cause yeah, that is deeply true. Or if they make another Supernatural series, but right where it's Sam's kid being a hunter, fighting these monsters and everything. That would be awesome. That would really be awesome. I feel like I would want to see that, to be honest with you. I know some people would be like, "Oh no, not another Supernatural series," but let me explain. Kind of think of it as like a continuance. Ooh, I guess they're having a Supernatural reunion of sorts on The Boys. Really? That's cool, dude. I would totally see that. Uh, and ooh, sorry. Right now, I'm just looking up on things. Cause my birthday's coming up, so I'm like, okay, what can I get for free on my birthday? So I'm also doing that as well. But let's see here. Okay, how about this? What about supernatural movies? Oh, also, hold on. I heard Jared and Misha are coming in, and Jensen is already there. It's done by the same showrunner. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know that. I think Jensen, I think he showed up in that series that you're talking about, The Boys. I think he showed up there in what, season three? And I heard that, he's a good character on that show. I think he plays some kind of hero or something. But at least that's what I heard. But yeah, that's what I heard so far. And I would like to see that one of these days. Oh, he plays Soldier Boy. Okay, all right. So, man, I feel like I want to watch that now, just to like dig into it. But I might do that maybe next month or something. Cause yeah, right now I still feel like I want to play some things for my boyfriend. Like I feel like I want to play. I want to watch has Been Hotel again. Just because I feel like I wasn't paying much attention to it last time because of my depression and everything. So I feel like I want to watch it again. And there's a lot of things I want to watch because of him. Like there's also Hello Footballs and let's see what else. Well, he also loved Johnny Depp too, so I think if I watch anything Johnny Depp related, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, that's you know, I love Johnny Depp," and you know, his his orientation is that he's bisexual. So there was a time where I wanted to do a test on him where like we when we first discovered that we had Discord,
I the first message I said to him was testing, testing. Um, Johnny Depp is hot, and he's like, hell yeah, he is. And I was like, okay, that's him. So um, that made me feel better knowing that he was there, and I was like, yes, like at least we both agree, Johnny Depp is hot. So yeah, we kind of have that crush on Johnny Depp. So we're like, hey, we can share him. So but we're just dorks at the same time. But we love being dorks. Who doesn't like being a dork? All right, time for some medicine. But Trenchy, do you want to join in or no? I mean, it is totally based on you. But do you want to join? Wait, was that a hell yeah for the dorky part or for joining in? Because now I'm confused. But right now I am gonna take my medicine, so you're gonna be hearing the same sounds I made like not yesterday, but 2 days ago. Oh, for a bit. Okay, you're gonna be doing something soon. All right, here goes nothing. I hate this medicine. Ah, ah disgusting. Ah, I hate that stuff. It is so disgusting. Ah, I hate it. It's a good thing they always say, take your medicine with food. Because I swear, that medicine's awful. Oh my god. It's one of those medicines where it stays in your taste buds for a while and it doesn't really come out until um, until you eat something or drink something really thick like a milkshake. That's when like it gets rid of the taste. But yeah, I hate it. I really hate it. And Trenchy, I'm now sending you the link on this on not Discord on Twitter. I need to stop being confused between Twitter and Discord. Um, yeah, I sent you the link to it. That way you can join in. You're welcome. Yeah, I'm also eating right now, so sorry if you're hearing some munchies, but yeah. Alright, so while I'm waiting for Trenchy, um, I would say that every time there's a movie that's based on the supernatural, like let's say there's we mentioned the Ninth Gate, but what about also like oh man, like what if it was like another supernatural movie like the paranormal, the conjuring? Imagine if all of those collided with supernatural. Oh my god, it would be scary and kind of crazy too. But yeah, it would be it would actually be very interesting if all of those collided. Whew. Sorry, I'm really starving, so me eating again, it's like it's hitting the spot. All right, so also, let's see here. I was gonna mention something else. What was it? Now I gotta think about it. All right. I think I'm just waiting on Trenchy right now, but I'm trying to remember what other supernatural movies were there. Oh, there's Trenchy. There's Trenchy. Hey, man.
Hello.
Hey, you changed your picture there.
Yeah, I have many pictures.
Oh, what's this one? Looks like a man or something.
Uh, this is an illustration of a character from a story I like called the Left Right Game. This is the ferryman.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a nice picture.
Oh yeah, it's a really nice picture. But yeah, I might be like you, where I'm only gonna stay for a bit longer because I keep having
Yeah.
that feeling that I'm gonna be called into work because for one, my manager he only scheduled me for 2 days this week. He scheduled me for yesterday and then this Saturday. So
hmm
that's why I feel like they're gonna be calling me in for work, being like, "Hey, can you come in?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I just have that feeling. So yeah,
hmm
stay on here a bit longer.
Yeah, I'll be here till I'm not here, I guess. Yeah,
That's a good answer.
it's the thing.
It is. It is a thing.
But yeah, I'm glad your boyfriend's okay. Or
Yeah.
seems to be not okay, but doing better.
Yeah. Thank you. I I I feel so relieved, but when I was telling the news to my mom, I was still crying. I was still crying as if he was dead, and I'm thinking, no, I shouldn't be crying. He's not dead. He's alive. He's breathing. He's, recovering. That's a good sign. So, stop
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah, I mean, it's only natural, though.
Yeah, very true. I think that's something he would say too. He would be like, "You don't need to stop crying. It's very natural. You were scared. You were worried, and I get that. He would understand why I fell so deep into depression, but at the same time, he would not be happy that I wasn't eating much or, sleeping much either.
hmm
Yeah, that part he would not be happy about. He'll be like, "You gotta take care of yourself, baby. You have to. I want you healthy."
Yeah.
I don't think I mentioned this before, but he's also a caregiver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so um, he would like go to clients' houses and he'll take care of them. He's not. He said that he's not. He's not the type where it's like he goes into a building to go into different people's rooms to take care of them. Like nothing like that. He's not comfortable with that. He's comfortable with like going to their house to take care of them because he wants them to be more comfortable at home. because it's like they're not going to be
Right.
comfortable in a building; they're going to be more comfortable at home. So that's how he would take care of them, and I'm not sure if he still does that, but because I do have one disability, I have scoliosis. He said that, once we live together and, afterwards, once we get married, then it's like he can still be a caregiver, but, it'll be right where it's like he's my own personal caregiver and he can still get paid by taking care of me.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, yeah, that's awesome. I would want that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Ah.
Oh, I can give you a whole like story of him, but I'm not going to because I don't want to bore anyone. But you know, um, he pretty much likes the same things I do. Like of course Supernatural, Johnny Depp movies, and pretty much all of that stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm trying to get comfy here.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, you don't have a TikTok, do you?
No, I'm not a talk of tickers person. That is not my thing.
No, that's fine. But that's how I was distracting myself yesterday. So yeah, I know I didn't give you any updates yesterday. My depression was hitting a little too hard to where it was like whenever my depression hits a little too hard, is where I go to the point where I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone.
Hmm.
I'd rather not be social right now. Just leave me alone. I
Hmm.
don't want to talk to anyone. But that's when I thought I could always distract myself, and I thought, what can I do? Because I don't feel like doing another update unless if I know what else is going on. Because I feel like there should be another update, but more on the positive side. So then I thought maybe I'll just distract myself with something else. So that's when I distracted myself with making TikTok videos in my personal account, and
Right.
it felt fun doing that. And I kept thinking, man, it would be more fun if I wasn't so deeply depressed.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So, oh, also, I did talk to Brittany, and I told her about how you guys miss her, and you want to know if she was okay and everything. So yeah, I even told her, let me know if you make a new Twitter account. That way I can help you refollow, Trenchy and the others. And she goes, okay.
Yeah, it was just like Marty brought it up one day. He's like, "Have you heard from Brittany?" It's like this. She was asking me for money, and I know she wouldn't do that. It was
Yeah, she wouldn't do that. We're not those types of people where we go to our friends and we're like, hey, do you have any money you can give us? Not unless if we're on a very strictly tight budget, or it's like we gotta,
yeah,
like we're going broke at the last minute. But that's a whole different thing. Like right now, money is good on us right now. We're, you know, um, like because of me working is helping a lot. And then yeah, of
hmm,
course we get other money coming in, so it's like that helps us along the way too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we never ask our friends for money. When you know how we're getting hacked is when they start asking you for money or saying like, "Hey, I need your help with something," because that was something I got to on Discord. Um, I got a message from a friend that says something like, "Hey, I need your help with something." I was like, "What's up?" And I forgot what the message really said, but it mentioned that they needed help with something. And I thought,
Hmm.
wait, what's going on here? Like, why are they asking me for this kind of help all of a sudden? And then I thought, it doesn't sound right. And then I find out that, yeah, their account got hacked. So they have to make a new Discord account.
Right.
So, yeah, we never ask for money. So that's how you'll know. And I think I also have your Gmail, right? I think I emailed
Oh
you.
yeah. I think so.
Yeah, there was a time where I emailed you once, and so it's like, yeah, even if my account were to get hacked, I could always just like send you an email and be like, hey, just to let you know, my account got hacked, but I'm making a new one. Just so you know, don't get worried. Just don't fall for any tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, So yeah, I know that we can contact each other in both ways, like either Twitter or email. I just don't know how to really access my other Twitter account, like my personal one. I kept thinking like, wait, where did I how did I connect it? Like, did I connect it to my Google or something? What did I do?
Hmm.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, you're good.
Thank you. I am having gas, but at least it's not like farts or anything. At least I'm not in the bathroom like Marty was. Damn, I still can't forget about that.
I fart all the time.
It's very natural.
Yeah.
There was a time where I accidentally farted in the kitchen when I squatted down because I was trying to hide from our oldest sister, and then um, I told my sister, "Don't let her find me." So I just like you know I just like scrunched down just so that way I can stay hidden. The minute I did, I farted, and I thought, oh no. And then my sister goes, "What was that?" And I just like started laughing, and she was looking all confused, like, "What's going on?" And I told her, "I'm so sorry, I farted." And she goes, "You what?" I'm like, "I farted." And she's like, "You can't fart in the kitchen. That's not what the kitchen is for." And then our mom walks in, and I told her, "Mom, I'm sorry." She goes, "For what?" And I said, "I farted in the kitchen." And she goes, "Hey, better out than in. I would be concerned if you didn't let it out."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Even in the kitchen?" And she goes, "Especially in the kitchen." And then I told the same thing to my oldest sister, and she goes, "Just be thankful that the stove wasn't on and the door wasn't open, because if it was, I think that fart would have backfired."
Right.
So, that made me feel less embarrassed, and I was like, "Oh, thank God for that." And even when I'm at work, at times I feel like when I do need to release it, I'm like, at work, I rather not. I don't need people looking at me like I'm sorry, did she just fart? Why is she farting at work?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some people would be like, "Oh no," which I get it, but sometimes it's gotta come out.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Like a burp, that's nothing. But a fart at work, uh-uh.
Ah,
My God, it feels so good to eat again.
ah.
Oh, I was trying to mention earlier while I was waiting for you, like like what would have happened if like some certain supernatural movies collided with supernatural, you know, kind of like uh oh, what was it called? I think it was called the paranormal, and then you get the Conjuring and all of that.
Oh yeah, The Conjuring.
Yeah, you think those would have been a good like collab, you know, with supernatural?
Some of those could have been an episode. Probably. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you think about it, you're like, hey, that would have gone great with supernatural, kind of like what we mentioned before, like the Ninth Gate. It would have been a good collab with supernatural, but since the Ninth Gate was done in 1999 and supernatural didn't come out till 2005, it was like too little, too late. But it's like you can still use your imagination and do all of that.
Right.
Yeah, my nose is so stuffy. Jeez. Hold on a sec. All right, there we go. Oh, I still didn't hide your comment there. Oopsies.
Oh, it happens.
What? So
Ah.
what have you been up to since yesterday?
Nothing much. Kinda same old, same old.
Yeah, what is it that you do again at home?
I exist. I've been mowing the lawn. That's been a thing.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's a thing that happens.
I guess it's not too much fun when it's like around this time of month, like when it's RG season.
Oh yeah, I haven't really caught any allergies yet.
Oh, good, you
Or
haven't gotten sick yet.
no, I've known other people that are getting sick. I am not getting sick yet.
Okay. Yeah, with I think with one of my coworkers, I think she's sick because you know, there was a message here that says 2 p.m. to 6:30, please. You know, this person who works for this shift is sick, and I'm thinking like that's why I keep having that feeling that they're gonna call and ask me like, hey, do you want to come in and cover for her? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? Like I could use another distraction and all of that, but at the same time, I may not look forward to it. Not because of the whole depression thing, but because of like you know just my migraine. You know, like my migraine's still there and everything, and plus I haven't washed my work clothes yet.
Hmm.
So yeah. And then plus there's also me wanting to take a shower too. So it's like I may not be able to have time to do all of that if they ask me to come in.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen today. So that's why I'm just giving you the heads up ahead of time because
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
when it comes to certain things like this, it's like I don't mind covering for people's shift, but just as long as that I'm not like feeling any headaches, if I'm feeling all good up and running, then yeah, I can fully well cover for them. But if I'm having a really bad headache and stuff, then I'll be like, no, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, with my migraine, I get really sensitive to bright lights, and if I were to move my head fast a certain way, my head just starts, throbbing. And, it's almost like, as I like to put it, it's like the seven dwarfs mining in your head.
Yeah.
And there was actually a time where I was listening to that song. What was it called? Um,
The hi ho.
Close. It was the Diggity Dig song.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. We
Yeah,
dig, 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 because that's what we like to do, or something like that.
yeah. You're on the right track. So there was a day where I was watching Snow White, and I had my volume up, and when it came like the ding, the ding, the
Hmm.
ding, like every time I was hearing it, it it was throbbing with my headache. It kept going like bing, bing, bing right on my head, and I
Hmm.
was like, oh, it hurts my head. I was like, okay, forget about Snow White.
Not right now.
Yeah, not right now. And there was another time where, like I'm having a real bad migraine, and my mom turns on the kitchen lights, which they're very, very bright. And I told her, please turn it off. My mind cannot take it. And she's like, why? What's wrong with you? And I was like, I have a really bad migraine, so the bright lights aren't helping. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And I was like, no, it's okay. It came up out of nowhere, so you're good. But yeah, the bright lights really affect my headache a lot more.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I'm not sure if I want to go to work today because I have a real bad migraine. I need to catch up on my eating because I'm like starving today, and I want to try to catch some more sleep as well because yeah, I haven't been really sleeping well, lately.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just want to get better first before I do anything, but
Yeah.
I also feel like I don't know if I do or don't want to work on my birthday. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Is your birthday coming up soon?
My birthday's in 2 days.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank
Hopefully I
you.
remember that, just in case I forget.
In case you don't remember, I can remind you on that day.
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm getting it in early because I'm probably going to forget. That's why I do it now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. I'm kind of like you in a way, like, I can easily forget someone's birthday or I can easily forget someone's name. And I'll be like, I'm
Hmm.
sorry, who is this person again? Like, like with two of my managers, I had to remember their names because of certain restaurants. And um, with another one, I had to remember her name because she has the same name as my oldest sister. And then with the other one, I remember her name because of my cousin, and then let's see, the other one was also because of another cousin. So I'm like, okay, so this person's name is this, so kind of like my cousin or my sister, my whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm bad at remembering names. I really am, and I would always be like I'm sorry, what's your name again? And once they tell me, I'll be like, oh, okay, this is how I'll have to remember your name, and I feel so bad afterwards.
Yeah.
And now I'm just remembering I was gonna do something else too, and now I'm like, wait, what was I gonna do? Oh well, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. But I hope your migraine gets better.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, I didn't feel it yesterday until after I came home. But yeah, it's still sticking. But yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I'll take medicine for it soon though, because it's really bugging me.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Oh God, even my sleep is kicking in. I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep yet. I don't want to. But yeah, when you were telling me those anime shows when we spoke last time, I was saving them to my Crunchyroll account. That way,
Oh.
I can start watching them soon.
Oh yeah, you don't have to watch them or anything, but yeah, I thought out of the anime I knew, I'm like, you might find these ones interesting.
Yeah, I do want to watch them because they look very interesting. Um, yeah, they're the only ones I just don't care for are like the ones that look extremely girly, like the one I told you about, where I think it was called I'm in love with the boneless. Like, yeah, it was a whole lesbian thing, but I was like, man, for a lesbian, she's extremely girly. Like, my God. Yeah,
Right.
I didn't care for that much.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I like some girly characters and stuff.
Yeah,
That
yeah, I do
just depends
too.
on the character.
Yeah, just as long as they're not way, way too girly, then I'm okay.
Right.
There we go. I was trying to find X because I think I have that I think remember I was trying to talk to you about the I think it was called the Uran High School Host Club or something like that, and you're like, hey,
Hmm.
that one sounds interesting. Um, I kept thinking like, oh yeah, I should send him the picture of it. So yeah, I'm trying to find the picture right now from my friend because she sent it to me, a while back. So yeah, here we go. I'm sending you the picture on Twitter.
Oh.
And yes, I know it's called X now, but I don't care. You don't tweet on
It's still Twitter. Fuck
it.
X.
Yeah, it's still Twitter. You know, like it has no right to be called X.
I don't see fucking Wolverine. I don't see Professor X. This is not X. This is Twitter.
Exactly. That's how I see it too. I don't see it as X. I see it as Twitter.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can't tweet on X.
Yeah, what would it be called? You X on X? See, that doesn't sound right or doesn't work.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit.
I'm gonna X. I don't know. It just sounds weird.
I'm going to X on X.
X. That was just like, oh, I bought the site, so I gotta change its name so it's mine now, and people will know, and they will love X. And it's like, no, we won't. We're not accepting that.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I sent you the picture, but yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, I'll look at it at some point.
Okay. But yeah, the Yuran High School Host Club, it is a good show, but yeah, there's one girl on there that's like extremely girly girl, and I'm just like, okay, I don't like her, you know, because she kind of takes control on how things should have turned out and everything. I'm like, uh, you're not the one to control it, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like it's still a good show. One of the main characters is like super hyper and stuff, but overall, it's still a good show. I watch it when I want to have a good laugh or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's when I watch it.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh god, my head hurts. Ah. Whenever I get bad migraines like this, that's when I just leave my light off, and I'm just like, I don't care if my room is dark. I'd rather be in the dark than, you know, suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
And a dog.
I'm
Yeah.
really get tired of that.
I mean, it's classic. I still quote that thing.
Yeah, I still
But
do at times too.
yeah,
I think I should tell my boyfriend that when I talk to him again. I'll be like, hey, you want to hear something funny? If he goes, yeah, sure, then I'll be like, well, there was a time where me and my sister, we were, you know, on this friend's live chat on YouTube, and I said dark in an accent. So now we would like kind of like tease each other with like in the dark.
yeah. I don't know if I can do it right now, or I would.
Oh, how come?
Although I just sometimes you can feel it in like your throat and stuff. You're like, oh, my voice just can't do this right now.
Yeah,
This is gonna come out all messed up.
yeah. You gotta have the right feeling in your throat for it. You
Yeah.
know, it's almost like doing like, you know, like being like Robin Williams where you do voices, but it turns out totally wrong because your voice is not in for it. Like you could be sick with a cold and then the voice comes out totally wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those voice actors are very impressive.
Oh, they are. Um Yeah, I was kind of doing an impression on Goofy yesterday when I was doing a TikTok because it showed that Goofy was my ex, and I just like started laughing, and I was like, why is he my ex? Was I just like tired of him going ooh, ooh, or something like that? Like what's the reason? What's the reason for our breakup?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, and it also showed on there that Princess Aurora was my mom, but she was also my enemy, and I was like, wait, what? How did that happen?
Oh, you do one of those quiz things.
Yeah, like one of those
I've seen those.
yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday, and but it's like when it comes to other things, I actually do know how to do certain voices. Like, let's see here. I think I've done Mickey Mouse before, and I've done, I think, um, Dory, and I've done some others. Like they're, once I get really into that feeling, I can do it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just I kind of always thought of myself as like kind of being a voice actor, but at the same time, like I'm not sure how I feel about like millions of people or billions of people, watching a movie that I'm involved in, behind the scenes in this, doing a certain voice because I could act like a total
Hmm.
chipmunk and being like, "Yes, I'm so excited! I can't believe it!" Or I could act like a total dude and being like, "Oh, yeah, well, I guess you know how it is, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, even yesterday before I got the message from my boyfriend's coworker, I thought I'll still try to find my boyfriend, but this time I'm going to use a male voice. So I was like, "Hello, I am looking for," and I said my boyfriend's name, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't work at this location." I was like, "Oh well, thank you," and I kept thinking like, man, like I love doing the male voice, but I'm doing that at the wrong time.
Right.
But yeah, I am starting to feel a whole lot better now, knowing that he's okay, he's recovering, and
Hmm.
that, you know, he'll still be in the hospital for a few more days and everything. But I'm like, hey, I don't, I don't care. Just as long as he's good, up and running, and soon if he were able to drive again, that's all that matters. I would want to see his smile again, hear his voice again, and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I kept thinking, just as long as I know that he's okay, he's alive, then I would be happy. But if I find out that he's dead, I wouldn't know what to do. And
Hmm.
that was like one of the last conversations we had, like about 3 weeks ago. He had that serious talk with me, like saying, like, one day if I were to die, I would want you to find someone who um, who will love you and you know um, who will treat you the same way I do. The way I see you, the way I love you. Like I would want you to find that same kind of happiness. And I kept thinking, why is he talking like this? Like it's kind of scaring me a little bit. But then I told him like I would want you to do the same thing if I were to die too, because I wouldn't want you to live the rest of your life in depression and in agony, thinking that you can't find love again. I would want you to find happiness again, to find someone who loves you and cherishes you the same way I do. And when we had that serious talk, I kept thinking, I'm glad we're having this talk, but at the same time, it's kind of bringing me down
Right.
because that's not that's not one of the things you want to think about. It's not one of the things you want to hear about. You're
Hmm.
like, not now, not this soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now I feel like when he does come back, that I feel like I want to have that talk with him, being like, hey, just so that way this doesn't happen again. I want to do a. You ever heard of those locator apps like Life 360?
I think so.
Yeah, they have those apps where it's like you can track a person's location and stuff and all of that. So I
With
feel
like
like,
their phone.
yeah, like once it tracks their phone and where they're located, then you'll be able to see that on your end and all of that. So I feel like telling him like we should get the Life 360 app so that way in case I'm still working, then at least it'll notify me that you arrived at work safe and everything. So that way I'm not worried out of my guts like last time.
Hmm.
Cause yeah,
Yeah.
I don't work at night most of the time. Like I don't start my shifts at night like I used to. Like, I used to start like I think around like I think 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that still happens every now and then, but not all the time. But it's like when it does, sometimes I miss talking to him on Discord, but that's when we'll talk on the phone while he's driving home from work. And I'll be like, okay, that's still good for me, but I still want to make sure he's getting home safe and sound. And
Hmm.
like asking him like what like his address is for home, for work, what his phone number is at work, and everything. That way I'm not, like in case something happens, then at least I can call and say, hey, can I talk to him? And once I get connected, then I could be like, hey, so this is what happened, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
you're okay. So yeah, I feel like I want to do that. I know it sounds paranoid of me, but it's just to make sure that everything's okay.
I get that. Yeah, I do think it would probably be good for when he's better. You and him have a conversation with the parents about like what happened and like make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and
Because that if that didn't happen, then yes, it would still be traumatic, but it would have been less traumatic. That would have if they just told you off the bat, it would have like been way easier for you. Like
yeah,
it would have still been hard because he was in a coma, but at least you would know what's going on.
yeah. I wish they could have told me something, but all I know is that his mom had messaged me on there saying that he's in the hospital, but she didn't give out specifics, and I'm thinking, why isn't she giving me details? Like, I'm his girlfriend. We've been dating for a year now. Like, she should be telling me what's going on with him.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, that was kind of messed up. Well,
yeah,
not kind of. It was fucked up.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
fucked
it
up shit.
was. Yeah, it was really fucked up. And, I did not approve of that. So, yeah, I feel like, you know, telling my boyfriend, like, okay, you need to talk to your parents about this because, like my mom, she's cool with you, but I don't know how your parents are reacting to me because, they don't know me and stuff. They haven't met me yet. So, with
Hmm.
that being said, it's like, if something like this were to happen again, they need to give me an update. They can't keep me in the dark like they did this time because I was so fucking scared out of my wits. I
Hmm.
didn't know what to do. And that's when I started looking for him everywhere. And they were all telling me the same thing, like, oh yeah, he doesn't work at this location. I'm thinking, well, what the hell? Like, how am I supposed to know, where he is, what he's doing, and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, this all could have been avoided. Like, not completely, but a little less stressful for you. Still very stressful, but at least
Yeah.
you would be aware of certain things.
Yeah, like, it's almost like, a family member. You don't tell a different family member like, hey, just back off. He doesn't need you right now, so just, stay out of the way. And then you're like, well, wait a minute. What are you talking about? What happened? And then it's like your family, so you should be able to know what happened, right? So they shouldn't keep you in the dark if you're family.
Hmm.
Same thing like that, but of course different, but still.
Yeah, but
Oh.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like I'm being paranoid when I'm saying all of that, like the whole like life 360 and all of that. But I'm just like, well, it's only because I want to make sure he's safe. I want to make sure that
Hmm.
wherever he's going, that he's safe and sound.
Hmm. I get that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it kind of sounds paranoid of me, but I don't care. I'm a worried and concerned girlfriend, and I'm just like all I care about is his safety and everything. And like I don't need to be scared out of my wits. But with this coworker, if he turns out to be a really good friend of my boyfriend's, then who knows? We might exchange numbers, and I'll like, okay, so yeah, he's doing good, but blah blah blah, and same thing with him, like what he did for me today, and I'm like, man, this dude, at least he's the good guy. He's telling me what happened.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, because I know um so much right now that I need to know right now. That's why I'm feeling a little bit better, a
Hmm.
little bit more now because I'm thinking, at least he's gonna recover. He's gonna come back, and when he does, I'm gonna be super happy. I might cry in front of him, but I don't really care. I'm still gonna be overjoyed. So once everything's back to normal, then I'll be happy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but he did have many plans. Like he was planning on transferring himself from his location where he works to my location. That way he can move over here where I'm at so he can be closer to me.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that the other day as well.
Yeah,
I do
I
remember that, yeah.
I totally forgot that I mentioned that already, actually.
I mean, you've been through a lot of stress.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes I forget where I am.
yeah,
And I'll be like, "What am I doing?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I'm just gonna leave. I don't know what
yeah.
I'm doing."
Sometimes I'm like that at work too. Like if I'm under a lot of stress or I just have a lot of things on my mind, then it's like I just do something automatically because I'm just in that zone, and then I'm like, oh wait, what was I gonna do again? I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
Hmm.
Stress can fuck with your brain.
Yeah, it can. And for a while though, with this recent stress that I was under, I actually thought I was gonna get sick again because I started feeling like I was coming down with a sore throat again, and I thought, oh crap, I do not need to get sick all over again. I don't need that. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I started thinking I need to distract myself from the stress. So that's when I started doing the whole TikTok thing yesterday because I thought I don't need to be too stressed out. I don't need to be too depressed, so I need to distract myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to get sick again. I'm barely recovering from a cold. I don't need to get sick again.
Yeah, that's you don't want to have that on top of it.
Yeah, it's like you get sick and then you get better and then because of recent events, you get so stressed out for it, you get sick again and then you're like, "Oh crap, really?"
Yeah.
Ugh. And now I'm just stretching. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be offended. Like, how dare you stretch in front of me? I'm so offended right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not that type. You're always like, "Oh no, you're good." And, I would always say like, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. And then you'll always say, well, that's if you want to. And I'm like, oh, he's very respectful. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've done worse.
Oh,
I just, I don't know. Sometimes I scared the crap out of my friends
oh no.
because of just, I don't know. There's certain things I do.
Oh, you do evil things, Trenchy?
Well, I don't know if they're evil. They're just, I don't know. Sometimes noises come out of me and I can't control it. It just happens.
Noises? What do you mean noises?
Sometimes I have phlegm and then my throat will make noises, and sometimes I can't stop laughing. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay. Is it part of something you have, or is it just something that comes up naturally?
Um, I don't know. It's just a part of me, I guess. These are things that happen.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes I'll catch myself like doing something and I'm like, wait, why am I doing this? And I'm like, huh, I don't know why I ended up doing this, but okay, I'll stop now since now I know. And yeah,
Yeah.
especially because now, especially because right now, like, I'm more aware of things. So it's like since I have scoliosis, a lot of times when I sit
Hmm.
down, sometimes I'll sit down on my bed or on a chair very crooked, and I don't feel it until I feel like I'm being tilted, and I'm like, I'm sorry, why does the screen look tilted? It looks a little weird. And I'm like, oh wait, that's just me. It's just how I'm sitting. So I would have to position myself to sit up straight.
Yeah. I think I have like a form of that scoliosis thing too.
Oh really? Do you get back pain?
Yeah, somewhat. I just kind of live with it, but I was supposed to do these back exercises because I think they were telling me when I was a kid, oh, you got to do these back exercises, but I just never did, and now I don't think it helped. But yeah, because they used to like rub my back and shit and be like, oh, well, you got to do your back exercises because of your spine. So I think it's scoliosis. I don't know.
Uh,
I was saying that, yeah, I was saying like, oh, my back's acted up. I think it's the scoliosis. And my mom's like, you have scoliosis? And I'm like, that's what I've been told, or something like that, I guess. She's like, I
yeah,
didn't know you had that. And I'm like, I, I don't know. I don't know why you didn't know.
yeah. I don't know. Like it starts developing when you're at a young age. Like
Yeah.
when I discovered it, I think I was 11. But when my mom discovered that I had scoliosis, she said I was 4, and I think she
Oh,
saw.
shit.
I think how I was sitting on the floor or something, and she saw how my spine kind of curved, and she was like, "Wow, I think she has scoliosis." And then every time they would try to cut my hair, I wouldn't be sitting straight, and I'm always moving because I'm never comfortable. So, they would be upset. They'd be like, now, like, they're like saying, stop moving. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you gotta sit up straight. I'm like, I am. I feel like I'm sitting up straight. And it's not until like years later that it got confirmed that I had scoliosis that's when they felt guilty. They're like, oh my gosh, she had scoliosis this whole time and we didn't even know it. We got mad at her when she was a kid for not sitting up straight for this reason. We didn't even know it at the time.
Yeah.
But how I discovered it was that I was sitting on the floor in the bedroom and I was just watching TV, and my sister was, I think, at school or at a friend's house. I can't remember which one, but she was somewhere, and I kept thinking like, man, my back hurts so much, and I can't get comfortable. So I remember, like crying to my mom, and I told her my back hurts so bad, and she goes, well, did you injure yourself recently? I'm like, no, and she'll be like, did you hit your back hard against the wall? No. What about the bed frame? No. And then she finally told me, okay, come over here and bend over for me. And I was like, what? Like my mind was thinking more on the dirty side back then. And she goes, just trust me. I'm like, okay. So I walk up to her, I bend over. She traces my spine with her fingers, and she goes, honey, you have scoliosis. And I'm like, am I gonna die? like I
Right.
I thought it meant like I had a certain disease, like it meant death is coming my way. That's what I thought.
Hmm.
So she's like, no, 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 you're not dying. It just means that you need more support in your back, and I don't know how to take care of your back pain, but we'll figure out anything we can. And I was like, okay. And she goes, yeah, just always let me know when you're feeling uncomfortable, and we'll try to find a way to make it more comfortable for you, like maybe a pillow, you sitting on the couch more instead of the floor or something. We have to find some ways to make you comfortable. And I
Hmm.
said, okay. So we've been doing that for years, and yeah, the doctor suggested surgery, but I was totally against it. And then my mom met this lady who had back surgery, and she told my mom, I regret having back surgery for my scoliosis because I can't bend my neck the way I used to. I can't even bend over the way I used to. Every
Hmm.
activity that I used to do, I can't do it normally anymore like a regular person.
Yeah, those surgeries can be risky.
Yeah, they can be.
Mm.
So My mom.
depending on the severity of the scoliosis, it may not even be worth it because sometimes they'll just give you like a brace and you can wear like this brace around you and it helps like keep your skull or not your skull, your spine aligned. My bad, not your skull. What the fuck? That makes no fucking sense. Um,
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, yeah. After my mom had met her, she was like, "Do I really want that for my daughter? No, I don't. I want her to keep living a normal life." So she even told me, "I made my decision. You're not gonna have surgery, but we are gonna find other ways to help you with your scoliosis." And I just like I cried and I was thanking her. I was like, "Thank you, mom. Thank you." And um, ever since then, we've been looking into everything like physical therapy, which I was doing for a while until I stopped. I should continue with that. And there's that, and then just me getting comfortable, in my sitting positions.
mhm.
So yeah, it to me it sounds like you also have scoliosis because if they were treating you with physical therapy, massaging your back
Yeah.
and stuff for your spine, then yeah, it sounds like a scoliosis thing.
Because I would do that in school. But I don't know, it was weird. Because I guess my mom was never told, so I don't know how the fuck that works. But yeah, yeah, it was a thing.
Um, well, a lot of times it's like when you're feeling a lot of pain in your back, and then you tell your parent
Mhm.
about it, and then they're like, "We're gonna have to take you to the doctors to find out what's going on," because it could be anything. So that's when you would have to get checked out, and then once you discover, like, oh yeah, it's scoliosis, then you're like, oh, okay, so it just needs to be treated with like maybe a back brace, physical therapy, or whatever. Then yeah, you're good. But other than that, I don't really know anything else. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, mine's fine. Like, it's nothing I can't handle. Like, yeah, it hurts sometimes, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just something I live with. Kind of did it to myself. Um, yeah, so it's a thing that is there. Although sometimes I don't know, I might have it. Like they said, I might have it because I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like my spine's gonna like fucking shoot out of my back like a fucking scorpion tail and shit.
Oh my
Like
god.
it's like so great. I'd be thinking that shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, yeah, I know what you're talking about because I often feel like that every time I come home from work because we always have to carry these trays that we have to put the food and the
Mhm.
drinks on, and it's always such a heavy thing to carry, and
Mhm.
so every time I come home from work, it's always my right side of my back that hurts because that's where my spine curves, and you know, often whenever my back hurts like that, it feels like what you said, like my spine is about to shoot out.
Yeah, it's a weird experience.
It is. It really is. And sometimes, when you face certain back pain like that, you're like, I don't like this feeling. It's very uncomfortable, but I'm trying to do what I can, to get better. But yeah, the doctor did prescribe me some back pain, but I don't really take it unless if I really, really need to. Like if I'm in unbearable back pain, that's when I take it.
Yeah, because it's funny. Because as a kid, I didn't even know like that term. I don't think I was told that. They would just like rub my back and shit and be like, "Do these back exercises that my dumbass never did." But it was funny because I did hear the term scoliosis as a kid, but it was from a comedy special, and I didn't know what it was.
Oh.
I just thought it was funny. It was on Jeff Dunham. It was a joke on Jeff Dunham about scoliosis.
Oh wow.
Um,
So
yeah,
that's when you heard about it from
that
wow.
stand-up comedy thing because he has this character called Achman, the dead terrorist, and he's a skeleton. And he's like, I think I have scoliosis, but he's like a skeleton, and you can see his spine, and it is not crooked. So that's like the joke.
Oh
It's like, oh, it's like he's a skeleton. You scoliosis. It's just ridiculous
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
because he's like a skeleton puppet, and he's a puppet too. So yeah, that's like the whole joke.
Yeah, that sounds funny. You gotta send me a video on that sometime, cause yeah.
Oh, if I find it, yeah, I think it's from his Christmas special he did
Oh,
back in the day. I think.
um, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna use the bathroom.
You're good.
All right, thank you. Oh man, now I feel like blaming you, Trenchy.
Wait, what?
I feel like blaming you.
Oh, what happened?
when I was using the bathroom, all I kept thinking was, Marty and how you guys were hearing him shit in the toilet and stuff. You're like, hey, dude, we could hear you.
Yeah, the deacon was like, "Trash, we can hear you on the thing." He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I kept thinking of that in the bathroom, and I'm thinking, well, I don't have my computer with me in the bathroom, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
I did not hear anything.
okay, good, 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 good.
And then I'm not gonna have like PTSD or anything. It's gonna be fine.
Okay, good. Uh, Man, yeah, that just kept popping into my head, and I'm just like, okay, get out. I don't need this.
Ah,
Oh yeah, something else happened yesterday at work. Some customer, he went up to me and he said, "Hey, I don't need to be rude or anything, but you know, you got like, I think your floor is like covered in grease or something because look, even though you're wearing non-slip shoes, you can't tell, but the floor is very slippery." And I'm thinking, like, so you think that we mop our floors with grease or something?
yeah, I don't know what he was trying to get at.
Yeah, like of course the floor is gonna be slippery because you're wearing regular shoes. If you wear non-slip shoes, you won't be able to slip and fall. But if you wear regular shoes, yeah, you're gonna be feeling it.
Hmm.
But no, he wasn't feeling it with his bare hands. He was showing me with his foot, and I'm like, uh, okay, where are you trying to get at, dude?
Ah, that's a thing that happened.
Yeah, I just thought it was really weird because it kind of sounded like if he would say that someone had accidentally spilled something greasy on the floor, or if we're the ones like mopping the floor with grease, and I'm like, what are you trying to get at?
Hmm.
My room is so dark, I can't tell where everything is.
Oh,
Yes, I put myself in the dark only
ah,
because bright lights trigger my migraine headaches more. So yeah. And it's not every day
ah.
I get migraine headaches, but it's just right now because of all the crying I've been doing and not eating as much and
In the stress.
the stress, yeah, and then my monthly thing. So yeah, all of that combined is like a whole huge migraine.
Yeah, the perfect storm for one.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. Oh man, now my shoulder cracked.
Yeah.
Have you been watching anything new?
Like new movies or anything?
Yeah.
Um, not really. I've been watching movies, but I don't think I've watched anything like new that came out this year or anything.
Okay. What about something that's new to you, even though it's like an old movie?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been watching stuff like I watched Son of Dracula the other day.
I have not heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a sequel to it's one of the sequels to the 30s Dracula movie, but it has like Lon Chaney Jr. as Dracula. It was okay. I thought Lon Chaney Jr. was terrible as Dracula, but it was, it was a decent movie. No offense to Lon Chaney Jr., but that just wasn't his role. He's the Wolf Man.
No, I get you. Yeah, there are some movies that I've watched that is like, like it's new to me, but it's not new. It's just like it's like even though it's an old movie, it's still new to me because it's like, well, I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, yeah. One not newer, but it was like 2010s. There was a good movie I watched. The Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. That was a good movie.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but that one was pretty good. Kind of fucked up, but it's a good movie.
Sounds very interesting. Yeah, I keep thinking one of these days we should like either we hang out in the back room here or it's like a live thing. Like we should totally just like watch a movie and like kind of like get more into that I forgot what movie I said before the other day, but I mentioned some kind of movie and I was like, yeah, that would be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but you did say something.
Yeah, I forgot what movie I mentioned. I don't. It probably wasn't the Ninth Gate. I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, I don't think it was that one.
No, I think it was a different movie, but I can't remember which one. Oh wait, or was it Darkening Sky?
I think so because I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, we should watch that one of these days, but um, yeah, I'm not sure when exactly, because yeah, I don't want to make promises I can't keep just in case work keeps me busy and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm I float around like a leaf until I end up somewhere, and then I'm there.
You're making me think of A Bug's Life.
Yeah, that's a movie that happened. I've seen that movie.
Oh yeah. I love that movie. The last time I watched it was I think it was October because around that time I remember it was my first date with my boyfriend because he wanted to take me out on a date. So he was on like, okay, let's pick out a date, and then we chose like October 18th, and it was the day before that I chose to go on Disney Plus and watch A Bug's Life.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while, but a Bug's Life is good. Have you seen Ants?
Yeah, yeah, we grew up with ants.
Yeah, Ants is pretty good too.
Yeah, it is. I just haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know where I can watch it.
Right.
I'm gonna try find out right now on my TV. Let's see here.
Oh, you have to like rent it or buy it or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah, it shows that you can like rent it on Prime Video, Apple TV, and Fandango.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so yeah, I might just use my web videocaster app and just watch it that way. Cause yeah, there are a whole lot of movies I haven't seen yet. I wanted to see for a while, but I'm like, well, I don't know where to watch them. But
Yeah.
I think what was it? Oh, The Man Who Cried. Yeah, I've been wanting to see that for a while, and I kept thinking like, yeah, I want to watch it, but I don't know where to watch it. But when we talked the other day and I looked it up, I was like, oh man, I gotta rent it or buy it. Like that sucks,
Mm-hmm.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just saw a movie of Johnny Depp's. Um, it's not my first time seeing it, but you know, I've watched it before. You probably have too, but I'm not sure. Have you seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh, yeah, I grew up with that one.
Okay, so since we're on the same page with that, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna show you a little bit more of my dorky side. At work, whenever I go to a customer's car to deliver their food to them, they won't have their window rolled up. Like they won't have the window rolled down at first. They'll have it rolled all the way up, and I'm thinking, okay, they're not even noticing me yet. So I'll just like do a little dance where I'm bending my knees up, down, and I'm doing this whole song. I'm going,
Willy Wonka, the amazing chocolate
Mhm.
flavor. Willy Wonka, everybody give a cheer. Hooray, here's the food!
and they just start laughing, and they're like, "Thank you, I didn't even see you there." And I'm like, "No, it's fine. I wanted to do something to kind of like, you know, bring some humor into it to make you laugh, and hey, it worked."
That's good.
Yeah, I like doing that to the customers just to put that smile on their face, and you know, whenever I see that smile, I'm like, that makes me happy. It makes me smile knowing that they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like doing that at work, and even when it comes to like how much the total is of what they're ordering, I would say, okay, so your total is gonna be 1958, but not like the year.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Well, what?
Well, I'm seeing on here that there's a movie of Johnny Depp's called Scab Fender: The Life and Times of Jonathan Shaw.
What's it called?
Scab Fender: The Life and Times of
Oh,
Jonathan Shaw. And I'm like thinking, weird, I've never seen that anywhere on Wikipedia that shows that, that he was in that movie. So now I feel like I'm going crazy, so I'm about to look it up.
right. So, they're weird with the movie sometimes. Maybe it's like a new movie that's not out yet, or
I don't know,
I don't know.
it's showing that came out in 2022.
Oh, yeah. I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's weird. Uh, nope, it doesn't show it in his filmography.
Hmm. That is
Maybe they're
strange.
Yeah, maybe they're confusing it with something else.
Sometimes movies will have like alternate titles. So sometimes you're looking on for it under one name, but they have it under another because it has like multiple names.
Yeah. I don't know. It
'Cause
says on there Johnny Depp, and I'm like, I don't remember that movie being listed in his filmography.
hmm
So that's why I'm like, they must be confusing it with something or someone else because I like it doesn't show him, anywhere. But then I'm looking up on the movie and it shows, yeah, Johnny Depp is definitely in there. So I'm like, okay, when did that happen?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play the trailer, but I'm gonna mute it. But I'm gonna tell you whether I see him or not.
Okay.
Cause yeah, this is my first time discovering it. There's Iggy Pop. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it does show Johnny Depp in there,
Hmm.
but it shows him just like getting a tattoo from this guy or something.
Right. I used
Okay,
to think Iggy Pop was a woman for some reason.
really?
Uh, yeah, that sounds like a woman's like rock star name. I don't know, like a Fergie or like a pop star or just something like Fergie, Iggy Pop, and then I found out, oh, that's a guy. Oops.
Yeah, I think same thing with Cher. I think Cher is like what? I think female, right, or male?
Yeah, yeah, she's Cher's a woman.
Yeah, and there was a time where I was even telling my boyfriend like I don't know, I don't think women can be handsome because we're women, we're supposed to look beautiful, not handsome. And he goes, I don't know, babe. I mean, there's always Cher. Like she looks like a guy, and some people call them handsome.
Well,
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it sure does look like a guy, but she's a woman. So yeah, like I know what you're saying now, but yeah, I guess women can be handsome too, I guess.
sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't know. I know it
excuse
sounds
me.
a little weird. Oh no, you're
Oh
good, man.
no, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, this movie of Johnny Depp's, it's about a tattoo artist named Jonathan Shaw, who it says from inking celebrities like Johnny Depp to walking away from fame, and a tale of rebellion, addiction, and redemption. So it's more of a documentary. That's why it's not listed in
Oh,
Johnny Depp's filmography because it's more of a documentary than a movie.
right, I got you.
Yeah. So I keep thinking like, well, maybe still look up Johnny Depp again, because who knows it probably does show up, somewhere in there. Let's see here, documentaries. Doo-doo. Mm, no, it doesn't really show it. Yeah, it doesn't really show it, but oh well. Like I saw Johnny Depp in that trailer, so that's how I know. Like, yeah, he's in there.
Ah,
Oh, dude, he was in SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, he was in one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he played as Jack Kahuna Laguna, episode SpongeBob SquarePants versus the Big One. Okay, I'm sorry, but why is my mind all of a sudden in something like not innocent?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you can ignore me with that part.
That is a thing.
Yeah, one of these days we should totally like do this again and just like maybe watch Darkening Sky or something because yeah, it is a really good movie, but once you watch it and the movie's over, then you're gonna start having questions and you're gonna be like, wait, when did this happen? How did it happen? Why? And
Hmm.
you're gonna have a lot of questions. So yeah, yeah, I think one of these days watching it with you would be great because yeah, it is one of those movies where you need to watch it over and over again just to get the answers you're looking for. Because I feel like I'm
Right.
still looking for those answers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Uh,
Yeah, and then I want to see The Man Who Cried because I've never seen that one before. Like, I've heard of it. I've seen like bits and clips of it here and there, but I've never really seen it.
I never heard of it until you brought it up the other day.
Yeah, so it's more of a new thing to both of us because we're like, wait, what's the movie? And then once we see the title again, then we're like, yeah, I never heard of it. Oh, what about Black Mass? Have you seen that one?
I've heard of that one. I don't think I've seen Black Mass. Or yeah, Black Mass.
Okay, yeah. Johnny Depp kind of looks a little bit scary in here, but only because he had to play as a real life person.
Mm-hmm.
I can read you the description. It says, an A-list star leads this true story of a South Boston gangster who helps the FBI take down his rivals, only to use his protected status to become the most powerful criminal in the city.
Oh.
Yeah, Johnny Depp is in it. So is Joe Edgerton and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, it sounds interesting enough.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it like I think a couple of times. It is a good movie. Not really one of my favorites, but still a good movie. And there was also Public Enemies. You've seen that?
I think I have. That's where he plays John Dillinger, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah, yeah. John Dillinger and yeah, Christian Bale is in it too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that one.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. And maybe one of these days we could also watch Once Upon a Time in Mexico because yeah, I love that movie of Johnny Depp's. Um, yeah, that's a very good movie of his. There's a certain scene I like in there, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil anything.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I know it's part of the El Mariachi trilogy.
It is.
Yeah, it's the third. There was two because Robert Rodriguez. He did El Mariachi, and he did that on a small budget. Then he did a second movie, and then he did the third movies Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Um, Man, you tell me all this, I'm like, man, now I gotta look up on the whole movie thing, cause yeah, I don't know everything about it. It doesn't show what you're talking about. It just shows what it's about, but it doesn't show the other thing that you're mentioning.
Oh, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the in the trilogy.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Sony's AXN channel confirmed that it will be an airing TV series adaptation to the Mexico trilogy. The series entitled El Mariachi premiered on March 20th, 2014.
Yeah, that was the first one he did, and he did that on a low budget. Like he didn't
Oh,
really have a budget for that movie.
yeah. But I think the trilogy is like a little late because yeah, this movie of Johnny Depp came
Mhm.
out in 2003.
Yeah. Oh, the sequel was Desperado. El Mariachi, Desperado. Yeah, and then the Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh, okay. I see Desperado now. I would have to see that one. Uh, let's see. Oh my gosh, Antonio Banderas. That reminds me of my grandma Maggie because she loved Antonio Banderas. She was like, I love him as Zorro. He is so handsome. Yeah, yeah. She loved him. Did anyone tell you about her, by the way?
um, about your grandma.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned her before.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if I mentioned the other part where she passed away.
Oh, yeah, I think you might have.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if I did or didn't. Okay, I finally found the Mexico trilogy. The El Mariachi, like you mentioned, it was in '93, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because that was like I think that's like his first movie or one of his first like feature lengths, and he made that on a low budget. And then I guess he got Antonio Banderas to play that character in the sequels. Because I think I
Um,
seen part of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but I didn't know it was part of a trilogy.
oh, I see. Okay,
Because I
yeah.
think I seen a little bit of it.
Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't show Antonio Banderas in this one, but it does show him in the second one that you mentioned, Desperado.
Yeah, because I think once he got a bigger budget for the sequel, he had Antonio Banderas play the character from the first one. He
Oh,
replaced the guy.
so he probably wanted him in the first movie, but he's like, how can I when I have a low budget?
Yeah, I can't afford Banderas.
And then he he saw he saw like how much of a hit the first one was, and he's like, okay, time to cast Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, Banderas has been in a bunch of his movies.
Rodriguez didn't he also do Spy Kids?
Yeah, he did. He did Spy Kids, From Dusk Till Dawn, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, um, Planet Terror. He's done a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he did. Oh, he did a lot of great of those movies. Like, yeah, I grew up with Spy Kids, and of course Shark Boy
Mhm.
and Lava Girl, and yeah, like we grew up with that, and
Mhm.
we thought it was always fun how it was in like Spy Kids, and I kept thinking it would be cool to have those gadgets, including the ones where it's like you pop something in one of those spy ovens, and then your food is ready within seconds.
Yeah, I like the Spy Kid movies. At least the first two. The third one had issues, and then the fourth one, that's a movie.
I don't think I've seen the fourth one. At least I don't remember if I did or didn't.
Yeah, I think they made like five of those motherfuckers, or they did like they just did way too much.
Yeah, the first and second one is good, but with the third one, it was really more of a gaming thing, and I really didn't get it because it wasn't more of a like like, oh yeah, this is your mission. Like it's all about like his sister's gone missing. Once he finds her and everything, then he's like, at some point they have to end this stupid game just to go back to reality and somewhat shit.
Like I don't know it. I like parts of the third one, but it just had like really bad CGI that like hurts your eyes to look at. And I haven't seen it in a while, but I gotta rewatch it. And then they got Stallone over here in wigs doing voices, and I'm like, this is no, not especially after the second one. The second one was awesome.
Oh yeah, I like the second one.
Yeah, the second one's like my favorite one. That one's like fantastic.
Yeah, the second one was always my favorite. So whenever someone would ask me like, "Hey, which Spy Kids movie do you want to watch?" I'll be like, "Oh, I want to watch the second one."
Yeah, it was really good.
Oh yeah, and it still is. I just haven't seen it in a while.
hmm Yeah, I get that.
Ah, more disgusting. Ah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just taking some Tylenol that I dissolved since
Oh,
it's like those talkie pills. So again, disgusting to take, especially when it's all dissolved. But yeah, I just have problem, swallowing pills. So this is the only
hmm
way for me to take medicine is for me to dissolve it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I've always had that problem actually. I don't know why. And there are times where sometimes if I eat my food, like if it's too hot or if I've been eating it too fast, sometimes I end up having gagging reflexes to where it kind of looks like
hmm
I'm throwing up, but I'm not. I'm just like gagging it up, and it just, it looks gross, believe me. So I don't know why it happens to me though, but it just does. So even when I'm at work, I always have to take my time to eat. I gotta be
hmm
slow. I gotta make sure the food's not too hot. So yeah, once the food is not too hot and I take my time eating, then yeah, I'm fine. But if the food is too hot and I'm eating it too fast, then that's when it starts happening.
Right.
It used to happen to me a whole lot, But then it started slowing down when I started working, and that's when I discovered like maybe it was part of like like my throat being loose because of me working so much, and I think maybe at that time maybe I was having some throat issues or something, and it was like how can I fix this, and working helped.
That's good.
Oh my god, that's so disgusting. Ugh. I'm sorry. I hate it. Like I
Oh,
still
you're good.
I still gotta take some little bit more here and there because it's not like fully gone. But yeah, it's disgusting. I hate it.
Yeah.
I want those medicines again like we had when we were kids. Like, do you remember those bubblegum flavor medicines?
I probably had something of that. I just remember all types of weird medicine as a kid. All types of concoctions.
Yeah, I miss the bubblegum flavor because when we were kids, yeah, our mom used to make sure that our our medicines had like bubblegum flavor, and
Hmm.
it was always so good. And that's why I kept thinking I can't wait to take my medicine. And then I got older, and then the medicine got more nasty. I'm like, no, 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 don't let me take it, don't let me. Like
Yeah.
I may not like chewing on bubblegum, but when it comes to bubblegum flavor, like cotton candy or medicine and whatever, I love it. I really do. Ooh, excuse me.
Oh, you're good.
Thank you. Where did I put my other phone? Oh, there it is. Believe it or not, I actually have two phones. I
Well,
have my personal phone, and then I have my other phone, which I got from the government, but I use that one
mhm.
mostly for work.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I'm just keeping my phone open just in case they call me and they're like, "Hey, you think you can come in?" Then at least I'll be like, sure, why not?" But at the same time, I'm still not sure because of the headache and everything. So I'm like, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, who knows? You might not even get called in.
Yeah, I may not. So we'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's over. Thank God. Yeah, that was disgusting. I gotta eat something to take the taste off though. Ah, jeez. Oh, I feel better now. Whew.
That's good.
Yeah. Whew. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna say Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and then Desperado. You know, it kind of sounds like El Dorado, but Desperado.
Yeah.
And then El Mariachi. Or Mariachi, I'm sorry.
Close enough.
Yeah. Ooh, let's see here. A traveling musician searching for work is mistaken for a deadly assassin. He must fight to clear his name and a case of mistaken identity. Oh, that sounds cool already. Yeah, I want to see that one.
Yeah.
Great, now I got a bug life in my head. Oh man. Whoops. I'm sorry, phone. I'm so weird, dude. I'm apologizing to my phone.
Oh, it happens.
Let's see here. there's a movie called Johnny Puff. Yeah, there's a movie called Johnny Puff, and Johnny Depp is in it. Genji, you got cut off or something, dude?
Wait, what?
Oh, I was saying something and you weren't responding, so I'm like, oh, what happened?
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you. I don't think.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I was saying that there's a movie of Johnny Depp's called Johnny Puff.
Oh, I've never seen or heard of that one either.
Um, it's actually a cartoon, but it says a puffin and his superpowered friends must protect their village from an evil walrus. This family adventure comes from the world of puffins and Arctic dogs. Oh yeah, what about Watership Down? Have you seen that movie?
I've seen the original. I
Okay,
haven't seen that new one.
find the new one because there are other new ones.
Oh, there's like a Netflix one, but I've seen the original, the British one.
Yeah, that one to me is the best because it's more closer to the book than uh than the series on Netflix. Like they kind of messed it up a bit with the show, but there are still some things I like in there. Yeah, there's another one where it shows there's like 2 seasons of it, and it came out in 1999 through the 2000s. That one I haven't seen. Yeah, the Watership Down on Netflix, it's okay in my opinion, but I like the original better. Uh oh, something happened to Chanchy.
Well,
You falling asleep, dude?
I here. I here.
What happened, dude?
I'm good. Think
Okay.
I blanked out for a minute there.
No, you're fine. Just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Uh, I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, oh, now I'm getting sleepy. Jeez. Yeah, my sleep is finally catching on.
Well, that's kind of good.
Yeah, kinda. Uh, You know what? I think I'm gonna end it here, Trenchy, because I'm starting to
Okay.
get like really sleepy.
Yeah, it's probably. I feel like this is a good place to end it.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. At least it's um, it's better than the other ones I did. Like the last one was still good. We still ended it on a good note, but I feel like with the first one, it could have ended it better.
Right.
Yeah, but
But you were like worried and stuff,
yeah, I
which is
was
understandable.
yeah, I was mostly worried and scared. But since now that I have some of the answers here and there, like I know most answers now, but it's like since now I know, it's like now I can finally have a nice sleep and know that he'll come back soon. So yeah, since I know of that, I'm starting to feel a whole lot better, having my appetite back, feeling more sleepy and all of that.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining in on me here.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. But yeah, one of these days we should do this, but by watching Darkening Sky or something.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. I'll have to figure out what date though, because yeah, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow or my birthday, but I do know that on
Hmm.
the 30th, I am gonna spend time with a friend of mine from work. She says she wants to take me out somewhere for my birthday, so I told her like, well, I might go to the movies on my birthday, but I'm not entirely sure. But let's spend
Hmm.
time together on the 30th. So she was like, well, what, you know, what, what's interesting to you? Like, do you like water parks? Do you like, um, going to the movies? What do you like to do? And she also mentioned go karts, and I was like, hell yeah, I love go karts. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we can probably do that on the 30th for my birthday, and who knows, maybe like have some like coffee or something, but I'm not sure at the same time, so we'll have to find out. But yeah, maybe in the next month. Yeah, totally. We can look into this whole thing, like when to watch Darkening Sky and everything.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, we'll figure it out. So I I already installed X or Twitter, on my phone. So yeah, I'll be able to reach you anytime I can. So I'll keep you updated on everything.
All right, cool, cool.
Yeah, do you have Twitter on your phone as well?
I got it on my tablet.
Oh,
I
okay.
might not see everything right away, but I'll get back to you eventually.
Yeah, that's
Just
still good. I'm a very patient woman.
that.
Yeah. But thank you for joining in on here.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Oh, you're welcome. So this is me and Trenchi once again signing off because you know uh real life and stuff.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty, everyone. Bye.